Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Mika Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Food Empowerment Project. We've already met the viewer goal, actually exceeded it, but please consider donating here on Twitch. Otherwise, please also watch my stream because I'll be making a donation based on the unique viewers count. So also watch my stream and bring your friends because it only counts once per month. One view per month per person. That's the unique viewer count. Okay. It's Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday. And I've got my lovely little, it's a sort of self-portrait. Because this one is me. And I hope to finish it today. 2 hours to work on this. So I'm pretty sure we can finish it. We may even switch over to digital work because I wanted to add in the drawing. So you can see in the reference image, whoop, right here, there's a drawing that I'm holding, which is what I had Sean Astin sign. That's what's going to be right here. I was just going to digitally add in the actual drawing. Yeah, so there was a little bit more I wanted to work on with the lines, with ink first, and then start working on coloring with markers. Let me have a sip of my delicious tea first. I've been trying to finish it before now, so I'm actually going to gulp a bunch of it. Because it does have some caffeine in it, and it's 2 p.m. for me, so that's getting really close to the borderline of when caffeine keeps me awake, so. Oh, I didn't realize I had so much left. It's mostly gone now, though. Okay. Oh, you know what? I was doing a bunch of little updates to my channel today. For instance, I put a little, let me see if I can point to it. A little border. Let me pet the border. I have a little border around my secondary camera. I didn't have time. I couldn't get it quite the right size. I'd like to, maybe I'll make it clear instead of, it looks a little bit too bold. Yeah, because now I'm looking at it. See, I was running late because I didn't have time to look at these little details, but like this one is clear. I need to make this one, the border, clear too. But it'll be fine for just this stream. I just realized after a couple streams having this secondary camera here that it might look better if it had something around it to help differentiate what is this camera and what is this camera. So at least it's better for that. I think it's a much easier on the eye this way. I also changed some chat settings because we had a spam chat yesterday and I just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff, man. And I don't want you guys to have to deal with it either. So I just put a tiny little bit of a requirement for people to chat for the first time. It's very small. You just have to be a follower for 10 minutes. It's not very much, but hopefully people who want to bother us with nonsense will be too impatient for that, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I did also update the file for the 1 month or the base subscription icon, which is a little tofu. That's why I'm making this shape with my hand. It's a little tofu icon. And I realized that for some reason in Photoshop, sometime at the end of last year, a setting got turned off. So all my pings were saving looking very dull, and I didn't realize it until that Usopp Chibi. No, it was the Sanji Chibi. It was either Sanji Chibi or Usopp Chibi. No, I remember. I realized it was happening on the Sanji Chibi from like last month or the month before, but it wasn't until the Usopp Chibi that I figured out what the setting was that was messing it up. So, anyway, that's another thing that I was doing. That made me late getting started, but I'll stop talking about it so that I'm not taking up any more time without doing some artwork. So I'm going to get back to my lovely set of Sakura Pigma pens. I've got the full range, at least to my knowledge, full range of sizes, including all of the micron pens, which are the smaller ones, the PN, which stands for plastic nib, and then the 2 graphic ones that I'm aware of, and those are much bigger. So, wow, I have so much stuff. I can't really get my... I like to have my objects in view so everybody can see what I'm so... Oh, that works. Oh, that works. Okay, good. That was another thing that took time, because my reference image here normally would sit over here. I tried putting it behind, but then you can only see like this little tiny bit of it, which is kind of weird. And then what if I'm using a reference image that where the main part is more toward the bottom or something? So I figured putting it over here would be better, because at least the chat box is transparent. So you can see a bit. You can't see everything, but you can see a little bit, and then you can see a lot more overall of the image. And then if, say we get someone subscribe or follow, there's those little icons that pop up and animate. So those will go on top. I think they'll go on top. Actually, let me double check. I want to make sure they go on top of that. Oh, Satuita, hello! How are you? Are you listening while working? I've got to make sure that this... Ah, yeah, let's see. Okay, no, I do want this banner on top. Chat and alerts. Yes, I want that on top. Reference images. Okay, good. The reference image will be below those little animations. They should pop up right on top of there. Okay, now for real. I've told you all the things that I did in the past half hour, 40 minutes. Time to actually get to work. I gotta look at this though. What do I want to do next? There was a lot of detail stuff I wanted to add. Let's start with this smallest micron pen, the 005. Hold on a second. What is this little icons? Interesting. That's it. I don't normally see these little icons on here next to, I don't know if you see them, but there's little handy icons next to here. But it's for, maybe it's because I turned on the followers only mode or whatever. It's like ban. I'm not going to ban you. That would have been nice for yesterday when that spam message came in here. At least it wasn't too bad, spam message. It was just nonsense. Okay, so I want to add some little hatch marks in the irises where the eye would be shaded a bit by its own. Look, it already looks so much better. It's so disorienting trying to get in there. I can't show it in that one. It looks so much better just adding like 4 lines per iris. Satuita, I don't know if you got to hear me. Hello! Thank you for joining me. Okay, we'll do the same thing in Sean Astin's eyes, but his eyes are a lighter color, I believe. Let me zoom in on my reference. I have the reference on the stream, but I also have the reference open just in its own window. Yeah, he has much lighter eyes. So I'll try not to do too many marks. So I don't want to make them really dark. Really dark with the ink. It's so nice with the little camera. My little, I call this one my little one. Camera-chan. Camera-chan. And this one is Camera Dono, I guess. I don't know. Okay, we add little lines to the eyes. I want to get a larger pen now. Ugh, I'm not pulling them out well. Alright, I gotta change this. I need it coming out this way. It's easier for me to pull them out because of the way my desk is angled like this, and then this thing is angled the opposite way. It's easier if I can just pull them out from the side. Even though it doesn't look as nice for my glamour shot. Okay, what I wanted to do is add a thicker line around the iris. I think that looks nicer. On the outside edge of the iris, I mean. Now, Sean Astin has very light colored eyelashes. So I'm going to leave the lines representing his upper and lower eyelid the way they are. But I have dark colored eyelashes, and in the reference image, I am wearing mascara. So I'm going to thicken up this line on my eyes. That's good. I don't usually put mascara on the bottom. On the bottom eyelashes, unless I'm doing a real big full face of makeup, then I'll put all the makeup on all of the facial features. Okay. Ooh. A big dog Aoife is growling in her sleep. Alright. I remember another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make a little bit... Oh, okay. Have a safe drive home. Thank you for your hard work today. Oh, really? The ones with Hawkeye? I saw the, oh, I can't remember her name. Well, I won't say it on stream anyway because of, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but, anyway, the neighbor lady, I saw her walking Hawkeye this morning, and it got Aoife all charged up because I was run walking with Aoife, which we've been doing the past week or two. Not just walking, but run walking. And that got her charged up. That got Aoife charged up, seeing another dog. Hawkeye was a good boy and didn't respond to her increased energy. So it was great because I could just harness her heightened emotional state to run again, because she had been getting a little bit tired and or bored, I think, because then she was able to run again. So I was like, you're not that tired. Oh, okay, nice. That's nice. Just being out in our yard has gotten you more work. It's not even word of mouth. It's sight of eye. Okay, AFK. I'll just try to make it a fun stream for you so that you can... I assume that you biked. I don't know if you biked or drove. Either way, I hope you have a safe and entertained commute. Okay, I'm adding more ink. So I'm trying to look from the top of the heads down. So what I just did was define my hairstyle a little bit more. I think right here, the edge of my head was not completely inked, so let's get that in there. That's in there now. I'm so pleased with this. So pleased with this. Okay. Take another sip of tea. It's almost gone. Hopefully it's not too late for this. It's not too caffeinated because it is black tea, but it's the second steeping of these leaves, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's put a little bit of hatching. Now that I think about it, I should have used a tinier one. A little bit of hatching in my ear. Just give it a little bit definition. But we don't want to bring too much attention to the ear. It's not that important of a feature to look at. Still, I like to. Just adding this little bit of ink helps it look maybe not three-dimensional, but that it has more dimension, period. I like to add ink underneath because on the one hand it sort of feels natural since the sun is usually in the sky. Whatever the lighting situation is, generally we expect the light to be from above, either because it's a ceiling light or it's the sun in the sky, and so I like to add ink on the bottom edge of things like I did on this arm here, but also because I think it gives a sense of gravity, like a literal physical sense of it's heavier on the bottom because of gravity. So that's another reason why I like to do that. Now, well, I guess the real reason I like to do it is because I think it looks good, and then those are my explanations for why probably that's why it looks good, but I don't know for real. Okay, adding a little ink to increase the definition between the two legs, because we have so many lines here for folds and wrinkles. It's so hard to keep my... Okay, if I just keep this centered, then it will stay centered in both cameras. Here on my hoodie, I'm going to add more ink underneath. Increase the separation, visual separation between the two different pieces of clothing here, pants and hoodie. Oh, and I remembered I erased a line that I wanted here. This is supposed to be another wrinkle right there. There. I remember that from last time. So on this arm, I added a lot of ink on the bottom for that sort of heaviness, but on the top I added a little bit more just to bring it out forward against this the upper arm, which is farther back in space. Other things I'm taking into consideration is tapering of lines from this nice heavy outline that I like to do, but I don't want it to be really abrupt in the way it ends. So I like to draw extra lines to taper it into the smaller inside lines. Like we'll do that here with these folds. These folds slash wrinkles. It's a little hatching to the mouth to show the shadow as the teeth are, because teeth are curved, they're not flat. It's a curved thing, so it's curving back into the head here. So we have a little shading right there, hatching. Okay, let's work on Sean Astin now. Oh yeah, so let's definitely add more definition to his hair, especially on the underside. And I'm doing this little kind of movement to try to get a nice tapered line, if possible, instead of just a really blunt ending. Oh yeah, that's much better. think I'll leave his hair like that. That's nice. Alright, little bit extra on the underside of the glasses, stems, legs, arms, whatever you want to call them. Here. I won't add extra on the bottom of these lenses because there's no frame there, and since it's glass, we want to keep the ink nice and light to help give the sense of transparency. So we'll leave that, but we could add a little bit. Let me get a smaller pen though. We can add a little bit underneath the like nose pieces. And maybe on the underside of the bridge piece. Just a little bit. Tiny, teeny tiny. No one would ever realize it was there unless they watched this stream. Okay, I'm just going to do the same thing. I should just keep this 005 out. I keep going back to it. I'm going to do the same thing, just looking for little places to add more shadow or more weight. Down here is meant to be sink into the mouth a little bit. So his mouth is slightly open. And then he's actually got, I gotta get another size out. He's actually got really cute little, they're not dimples, but they're right at the corner of the mouth. There's a little boop right there on both sides. Like that. Ah, yeah, that's good. Give me back my 2. I'm liking this 2. It's really versatile for this piece. Let's add a little bit hatching on the teeth. Ooh, I don't know if I'm hearing thunder or if it's just an airplane. So I have my window closed since I didn't have since I was trying to do so much little tweaks to my stream today, I didn't have time to open my window and enjoy the nice stuff outside. I'll probably open it during break time. It's probably got to be an airplane. So right here, I'm just smoothing this line out. It wasn't quite meeting. There was a little bit up on this side, so I just add a tiny bit of ink to shoot nice and smooth. Oh, Exy, hello! How are you? Thank you for joining me. Oh, there goes the ranger! Yay! Little sliding in ranger. Oh, thank you for joining me. Is it, well, I'm streaming a little earlier. I mean, this week is my new schedule is earlier, so maybe it's not quite Saturday for you yet. Oh, wonderful. Always glad to hear it. You're welcome. I'm good too, yes. It's so great that it's Friday. I'm enjoying my Chibi Friday drawing, and I am looking forward to my Friday evening. It's ramen day, so I'm looking forward to my tasty ramen dinner. I've been making it with mushrooms, this like Asian blend of mushrooms, kimchi, wakame, which is a kind of seaweed. Oh, what else? Miso, red miso. I love the strongest. Give me the strongest miso you have. Strong miso. Can't remember what else. And it's like one of those freeze-dried ramen. It's the Imi brand. It's really nice. It's made out of pumpkin seeds primarily, so it's got really high protein and really good overall nutritional profile, even without adding any extra veggies into it. So anyway, yeah, I'm great. Oh, you still have an hour of Friday to go. Well, let's see, I'm thinking about if I want to add a little bit more to make the glasses stand off the face more, but they're actually pretty subtle on his face. So I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay. That this arm is in front of his body, so let's add a little bit extra ink here. Actually, you have any fun plans for the weekend, or just like nice chill out time? I don't really have any special plans. I'm gonna do my regular stuff, like go to the library, walk the dogs, enjoy some otome gaming. Oh, half an hour. Half an hour of Friday. Oh, okay. Alright, same thing on his sweater as on my hoodie. Adding extra ink to... Oh, right, and this is a sweater over a shirt. So let's do extra ink on this too. To help show the division between the different pieces of clothing. Oh, heck yeah. Want to be productive? Yeah. Oh. What do you think you'll stream? More, I mean, I haven't watched any of your streams, so like 3D modeling for your game? Or just like you'll start the stream and then see what you feel like doing. Let's put in a little bit of extra ink here under this earbud that's poking out of his pocket. Oh, nice. Yeah, even Nestle will have it. That's fun. Well, I hope you have an excellent stream tomorrow. And I hope that it's not just an excellent stream, but you feel that you were productive and you get that goal. I'm just looking this over. I guess the only thing is I'd like a little bit more definition on the hair here. Yeah, really showing that it's like almost like a little curly cue happening. Ah, that's way better. Just a little 3 touches. You're welcome. I'm always, well, maybe not obsessed, but I love being productive too, so. Yeah, that kind of thing happens. It's most important to not focus on the bad, because you can't take it back anyway. So, you did do something, you said, so that's good. So celebrate that. Yes. Good job. Another sip of tea. I always say sip, but I take like huge gulps. It's not a sip at all. So let's see. I'm actually going to, so how I have my hair has, I'm going to hold it up. I gave what I call the halo to my hair, frizzy. His hair actually has a little bit of that too, because it's, his hair is clearly also curly. It's just cut short. So I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, I like that. Now we both have this sort of motion happening, the little visual energy. Maybe I'll add a little bit to his little curly cues too. Ah, sweet. I think that that's good for the ink. At least until I want to sign it at the very end. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yay! So happy to hear that. I'm glad that you're loving it. I am also loving it. I have to admit. All right, done with the ink. So now it's going to be an interesting test. Well, actually, it'll be okay. Usually I put my colored pencils where this camera is. But it's not colored pencil time yet, so it's okay. Now it's marker time. All right, I've got my Copic swatch book. Oh, if I just do a big stretch without getting up. She's laying down and did a big stretch. Oh, let's zoom back out on my reference image. Pretty sure the lightest colored thing is our skin. We're actually a pretty similar skin tone. His might be a little tiny bit darker than mine, but it's actually very, very close. So I'm just going to use the same colors for both of us. We both have a strong pink tint to our skin. So I might start with this R00, which is officially named a pinkish white. R00. And that'll give a pink undertone to everything. Where is it? Oh, wait. Is it one of the special ones? Doesn't say it is. R00? Oh, there it is. Wow. I just could not see that. R00. Well, let's start with the small end first to do our hands. And then the ears, because they're separated by ink. And indeed, I'll do the inside of his glasses with the small end because it's separated by ink as well. So I can color it in smoothly even though I'm using the small end. The small end you have more control over going into small corners and stuff, but it doesn't cover as much area at once. What the heck? This marker kind of smells like cinnamon rolls. That's kind of weird. Maybe I'm hungry. When I put it up to my nose, it doesn't smell like that. That was the first thing my mind thought of when... Copic markers aren't particularly fragrant, which is nice, because usually when a marker is fragrant, it's the kind of thing that'll give you a headache if you work with it too long. It's weird that it's had a scent. Ah, this is kind of annoying when this happens. The bigger end seems to be more pigmented than the smaller end. The color looks different. Blast it. Oh well, this is just the base color. So hopefully once we get everything else on top, it will not matter. And at the very least, so it doesn't really do anything for the ear, but at the very least, the area around the eyes looking lighter than the rest of the face could at least be contributed to the glasses having an effect on the skin color, how it's perceived. Almost there. Hey, that's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth color application. Let me go over the ear one more time with this. Maybe that will bring it up to about the same color as what the big end put down. Yeah, that's pretty close. And I guess I'll just leave the eyes like that. Let's add a little bit to the hand. Okay, my turn. Oh, what shall I do? There's all these little tiny parts, but I guess I'll just try to do it all with the big end so that it'll look fairly even. I love alcohol markers, but it's really tough because the alcohol dries up like that in a second. So, like with watercolor paint, it actually takes a little while to dry. A lot of people are like, watercolor dries so fast. And I'm like, watercolor takes forever to dry. It's like if you work with markers, like watercolor takes ages. I don't have that kind of time. No, not like that, but... But of course, compared to, so the next quickest dryer, or slowest, I guess we'll say, is acrylic paint. Of the like major paint options. There's a lot more paint options. But the three major ones that people choose are watercolor, acrylic, or oil. And as far as drying times go, watercolor is the fastest. Acrylic is next, and then oil is the slowest. I've never used, and I will never use tempura because it's egg-based, so I don't like to support that. But there are other ones that are used like on murals and stuff traditionally. Oh, I can't remember what any of them are called. Yeah. Heard oil takes centuries to dry. Yeah, to actually fully, completely dry, that's probably not an exaggeration. For it to dry enough to handle safely without like getting it on your hands, it still takes like days or even weeks, because I had to take an oil painting class. I did not want to because I knew I wasn't interested. Well, I did it. Now I actually know firsthand that I don't. Before I was just assuming I didn't like it. Took the class and I know I don't like it. Oh, yeah. If it's really thickly applied, that doesn't surprise me at all. I had to do lots of oil paper. I mean, I liked how they looked. Well, I had to do a self-portrait once, and it didn't turn out very good. I didn't like that one. But I did this, like, still life with a cloth and a basket with a baguette in it. And I was like, this looks pretty dang good. I did another still life that was, like, all these toys and just, like, random objects. There was, like, a dinosaur toy and, like, some glasses and stuff. That one actually turned out pretty good, too. Still didn't make me love oil painting, though. I like stuff that's not messy, not relatively not dangerous. Okay, that's good for the base layer of the skin. Yeah, let's apply base layer color to everywhere and then do shading. That's what I usually do, I think. So the next lightest thing, probably the eye, well, like the whites of the eyes and the teeth. Let's see. So I always have the same logic in my brain about how to choose tooth and eye white colors. Teeth naturally yellow with time, so I like to choose a warm gray. And then with eyes, I feel like it makes the eyes look really lively to choose a cooler gray, but maybe not all the way to cool gray because that's a little icy. So maybe neutral gray for the eyes and warm gray for the teeth. But how dark do I want to go to start with? That's so weird. Look at this. Warm gray and cool gray have a C00. Well, have a double zero. So cool gray numbered 00. The toner gray and the neutral gray only have a 0. But I mean, look how light these are anyway. Why do you need to go any lighter than that? It's not really going to be able to be seen. That's interesting. Okay. It was just distracting me because I was looking right here for N2. I was thinking of doing N2. And then I'd flip up. And I'd be on warm. But I'd be on warm 1. And I'm like, wait, what? Should be W1 and this is N2. It should be W2 here, but no, it's because there's this extra. So I have to look over here. Well, it's such a small space, so there's not that much room for coloring. So yeah, let's just go to level 2 for both of these, warm and neutral. Warm and neutral. W and N. Okay, warm gray for the teeth. I'll definitely use a small size. So we'll put it on the side here where the teeth are curving into the mouth. But we'll also put it here where the lip might be casting a bit of a shadow. In fact, we'll do a little bit on this side too. And over here, his mouth isn't open quite as wide. Oh, hold on. Chappie didn't come in time. I guess she's been waiting for 50 minutes. I don't know. Come in, girl. Good girl. Aw, she just walked right in and plop does a little curl into her bed. Aw, she's waiting. Oh, that was cute. You heard her little sad cry. Like, please let me in. I didn't hear your toes. I usually hear her claws tip-tapping on the floor, and then I'm like, oh, let's go let her in. I didn't hear. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. She just wants to be part of the activity. Now doing the eyes with the neutral gray, just the white of the eye. I still remember when I first figured out to do this. I don't remember, I think I saw someone else do it, or it was because I was learning from drawing from life or something, but when I realized, ooh, if I put shadow in the the white of the eye, it really brings the character to life. Until that point, I'd been like, well, it's the white of the eye. It should be white. Then it was just flat and boring. Okay, got that. Any other white areas? I don't think so. His shoes are gray. They look like, they actually look pretty close to this. They're just teeny tiny little boops on the edge of the feet, so, on the end of the legs, so let's just use the same color for the shoes. Oh, I realized I can show you Chappie. Let me see. Oh, it might not work because it's so dark. If I turn the... Oh, there she is. There's the Chappie. It's harder to show you Aoife because it's on the other side. Maybe if I... Can it reach? Can you see Aoife? Oh, I think you can see her. It's too exposed now. Oh, but you can't see. Why is it freaking out? Well, I think you saw her. There. Their first time on camera. Well, not on camera in general. I'm always taking pictures of them all the time. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, let me put this back. Okay, I shouldn't mess with this too much, but I thought it would be fun. Aw, Chappie, are you sensing the greetings? She turned her ear towards me. Alright, the exposures. I mean, that's too much. It's hard to choose. No. Oh, whatever. We'll just leave it. It's not messing with the camera, me. Yes. This is a markdown now for all history, for all time and posterity. The puppy's first appearance on the Studio Mikarts live stream. Well, what's the next darkest thing? It might be our hair, actually. We'll have similarly changing hair colors. We both have what was dark hair with light hair growing in. So we'll start with I don't know, probably a earth tone. Let me zoom in. Ooh, 5 minutes till break time. Now my hair, at least in this reference image, has more of a yellow tint to it. And his has more... I'm not sure what it would be other than... It's just so brown. It's brown. Let's say it's a more neutral brown. Because my hair when I was younger was auburn, which is like a dark red. And there, you can still see some of it on the tips of my hair. Hasn't all grown out yet. But it's silvering in a sort of yellowish way. In this photo, it's probably the silver hairs are catching the yellowish light. His hair looks more cool colored. Maybe this color, oh, that's very, very bright in some areas. I'm just trying to figure out what color. This pearl white might be good for the really, really bright areas of my hair. And then, I just feel like deciding the hair colors at the same time instead of separately. For his hair, the lighter color. It's so cool, I almost want to use warm gray. What's the warm gray look like compared to these browns? I don't think I will. I'm gonna do it. I'll use warm gray for his lightest hair color. Probably the same one I got out. No, let's use a lighter one because it's shining in the light as well. We'll get that warm gray 1 out. And for me, the E41. W1 and E41. I guess I'll use the big end. This is a fairly big area. Ah! I think I forgot to put drops in my contact lens eye. Did I do it? I meant to do it, but my contact just got stuck to my eyelid for a second. I hate it when it does that. It makes everything blurry. It's like you just can't win. I switched to contacts because I was sick of the problems associated with using glasses. And there are it's definitely better using contacts, but then it's in other ways I'm like, I just switched for different problems. Almost done. Boom! Ah, perfect timing. Time to take a break, and I think I shall use the time to open my window so I can hear the nice bird song and get some fresh air from inside. So I'm gonna get my be right back sign. Yeah, break time. And go have a stretch and all that other stuff I said. So I hope everybody else will do the same. I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes. Hello everyone, I'm back. Hope you had a great break. I did. I enjoyed a tasty brownie Soylent bar for a little snack. Since I was feeling so hungry apparently that my markers smelled like cinnamon rolls earlier. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hope you had a nice break too. Where was I? Ooh, what's the next darkest thing? So we don't have too many colors between the two of us. We both are wearing jeans, but they're a different color blue. Mine are more vibrant and his are darker. So it's actually kind of hard to say what's the next darkest color. Maybe the blue of my jeans though. So let's see. Oh, you can't really see them on the stream because they're covered up by the chat, but that's okay. Ooh, this might be good. Yeah, let's do B23 for the base color of my jeans. Oh, it's a little bit darker than I expected. Well, that's okay. I love doing the bodies on the chibis because they're so small, so it's very easy to color it smoothly. Okay, so that's my side. Oh yeah, that's like the perfect color. So his jeans are a little more, yeah, they're just darker and a duller sort of denim color. Yeah, let's try, well, hopefully it won't be too dark, but I feel like this B34 would be nice. B34. And I gotta remember that little bit right there is his ear pod, so earbud thing, so I need to not color that in. Just leave it how it is. Out this side. Whoop. Nice. Alright, next will definitely be my hoodie, red. Favorite color, red. You can't see it, but it's my Suikoden hoodie, which is my favorite video game series of all time. And my favorite game is the first game. It's actually not a red enough for my red hoodie. So what's the closest that I can do? It's definitely my favorite, like, crayon or fire truck red rather than, so for instance, it's not these orangey kind of reds. It's gotta be one of these. But this should also be the lightest color that's on it. So let's do this one, R35. Oh my goodness, I realized. Oh. No, I'll let this be. Oh, I can't tell if I meant this to be my hand or if I meant it to be the sweater. I think I wanted it to be my hand. Forgot to put the little skin right here. There. Okay. It's all good. The drawing is saved. Oh yeah, this is a nice red color. you know what? Right here, this little triangle is meant to be like a little bit of like my neck or something. So I need to put some skin tone there too. Boop. There. Oh, do I have any tea left? Hold on, there's just a tiny little sip in here. Like a true sip, not what I say sip and then take a gulp. Like it's just, I have to take the lid off to get it. Oh, okay, finished my tea. And I really like red and blue. Red hoodie with blue jeans looks good. Complimenting my own outfit, but that's why I wear it, because I think it looks good. Okay, anyway, his sweater. It's dark gray. What kind of gray do I want to do? Not cool gray. Neutral gray? I think maybe so. Especially when I compare his sweater to his hair. His hair is distinctly warmer. So let's do neutral gray. Do I have a neutral gray? I have a neutral gray too. That's a little bit too light. We gotta go pretty dark. This is a dark sweater. Let's go to the N5. Alright, his shirt is like a black shirt. I just put some marker down below. I keep forgetting that that strip at the bottom is not the hem or the bottom edge of the sweater. It's the shirt sticking out from underneath. I just got my Wii Fit goal. Wii Fit calorie burn goal. Still take my Wii Fit test every day on my Wii U. Let's get his shirt. It's, although I say it's a shirt and it does look like different material when I zoom in. The fabric itself looks different. But the color is so similar that I may as well just make it all the same color. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, see you next week. Yeah, I would love to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great weekend. Goodbye. Okay, make that shirt. It'll be a secret for everybody watching the stream that this is a shirt on the bottom. So otherwise it just looks like it's part of the sweater. Oh, I love seeing that little ranger in there waving goodbye. Right, Nancy's buttons. Zooming in. That frantic clicking is me zooming in. It's hard to tell what color the buttons are. They're very shiny. So they look lighter color because of that. But overall, if I discount the highlights, it looks like about the same color. So let's just do the same thing there too, and we'll just make sure to put on a really nice little touch of white ink at the end to give them that shine. Alright, so we just have a little bit left. Oh, I realize now I have my shoes. Oh, they're almost cut off. A lot of it is black. A lot of my shoe color is black. So should I just use ink on it? Maybe I'll use ink on the rubber. They're like rubber-toed, rubber-soled shoes. So I'll do that for that part. And then let's just add like some little tiny X's in ink for the laces. There, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, so I'm not gonna add any marker on there. Let's do, wait. There's just a few things left. I have my earring, my round earring, which is just a dark, I think it's a dark blue technically, but in the photo you can't really tell. So let's just pop a little bit of this dark gray on there. That'll be good enough. Done. Now our eyes. My eyes are very dark. In this image, they look practically black. I mean, they literally look black. Not practically, they literally look black. My eyes are that dark of a brown. His eyes are like it's kind of hard to see because they're in shadow, but they're definitely like a light blue or blue-green or a light hazel. Let me see if I can get another photo of him. You know, he's an actor, so he's like a well-known actor. You know there's going to be some good photo that really shows his eyes off. Yeah, here we go. Here he is. Oh, it's a little... Hold on. I wish it wasn't so... It's grainy. The image is grainy. Let me see your eyes, Sean Astin. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I think they're green. Boop, there he is. I'm going to use this. Lovely green eyes. So let's go to the greens. Or like greenish hazel? I don't know. Let's just say green. Good enough. So I'm looking at my page here and then looking up at my phone for the reference images. See. And then since this is an anime kind of inspired style, I would like to err on the more vibrant side for the eyes, because the eyes are the #1 feature of any anime style character for sure. So let's do this G82 right here for the base color. G82. G82. Hey man, this is awesome. Right now my bitrate is in the green. That's so great. I've been having issues with my bitrate for weeks, if not months. I've tried all the things, so I'm just like, forget it. Because there's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do to fix it. I was streaming for years with no problem. Oh well, it's okay. You know what? I realize I want to... Now that I've done this, I want to change the size of his pupil on this other eye. So I'm going to give it a second to dry. I don't know how much it will affect the ink, the black ink I'm going to put down. This side of the iris is a little bit too big compared to this side. And over here it's even between the left side and the right side. This one is a little too big on the right side. That's probably dry enough. We'll just add a little bit of extra ink to even that out. I tried looking if Sean Astin has a fan address, but there's no one that's like seems trustworthy. There's plenty of sites that say they have the fan address. I'm like, I don't think so. I kind of want to see it from from Sean Astin himself, but he didn't have anything like that on his website or anything, so maybe one day he'll Google his own name and just stumble onto my stream and see this. Of course, I'll be posting it on DeviantArt and stuff, so maybe you'll see it there. Okay, that's much better. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like 100% round or whatever. Like, it's okay, but it's much more even, I think. Although now that I look at it, now it looks like the other one isn't quite as even. So let's add a tiny bit on this side too. Just a little bit. Okay, good. Let's leave it. Let's leave it like that. Alright, my eyes. I gotta pick a brown that's super dark. Super dark brown. Basically black. I'm going the wrong way. I was going to the reds. I don't want the reds. I want the earth tones. I do like how my eyes look when the sun is shining in them. They have a nice golden, little bit of golden looking. Well, mostly this. Yeah. Well, maybe. Let's just go ahead and go for it. E49, the darkest brown I have. I can add a little touch of lighter color using colored pencil later, which I hope we'll get to today. There's only about half an hour left. What is this? A little something that needs erasing? Hold on. Get an eraser out. Let's see. This is my little Frankenstein eraser I was talking about the other day. I had a black one. I don't remember what happened to the black one. Something happened, and so I took this off because the red one, the little grip, was all expanded for some reason and was falling off all the time anyway. Something happened to the black one. I think this part, yeah, this little clicker part broke off entirely so that it was just completely, or let's not say completely, it was way too much trouble to try to use it because you would have to like stick something in this groove. Here, I can show you better in this camera. You'd have to stick something in this groove and push it like a stick or something to push it to get the thing out. Like, not worth it. So I moved the grip from the black one onto the red one. Now it's a little Frankenstein one. Well, I tried erasing, but that little mark is still there, so at least I know. Alright, what's next? I think it's time to just start adding shading. Oh no, his glasses. I didn't do his glasses. Okay, glasses. Are there any other tiny bits I missed, like on me? Oh, I could do a little bit on my shoes. Just pick this neutral gray. The white part on my shoes getting shaded by my pants. Oh, let's do the same thing on this earbud, where it's the little shadow from the shirt hanging over it. Okay, good. What color are his glasses? The frames are mostly metallic looking, except the legs seem like a dark gray. So let's do the dark gray and actually with black. So let's do this gray from his shirt. And then he looks really matching. But let's do so this was the neutral gray. Let's go to the lighter neutral gray for the frames. We're definitely going to put a lot of white ink on top of this at the end. I'm trying my best to just barely touch the tip of the marker to the page because it's a super small space. It's still bleeding a little bit, dang it, but yeah, it's only so much you can do. There. all these bits on his nose? I think they're just clear. Oh, welcome home! Though it's weird to say welcome home because I'm not there, but... I'm glad you made it safely. Ooh, are you making a cake or are you just, is it like already made and you're putting, like you needed candles or something? Shaking up my shaker bottle to get some water. Some smoothie dreg infused water. That's why I have to shake it. Ooh, yummy. Yep, aquafaba's the best. So good for so many things. Whenever I have chickpeas in my smoothie, I'm having aquafaba because I always put the water in. Like, why not? Makes it more hydrating. Alright. Okay, I think I determined that just this little metal part where it's attaching the nose piece to the frame of the glasses. Because it looks like the nose piece itself is clear plastic. So I'll just leave it like that. Ah, so is it done? Is it super fluffy? Stand mixer for 10 minutes. That's plenty of time to make nice super fluffy meringue. Alright. Did I get all the base colors this time? I think I got them. Hair, skin, eyes, the white of the eyes, teeth, even the little earring. All these little exposed skin on the torso. All the clothes. I got the shoes. Okay, over here, the hair, skin. All the pieces of the glasses, teeth. Yep. Yep. Okay. Time for shading. Yeah, at this rate, I don't think I will be able to finish this in just 2 streams. There's only 22 minutes left. So I don't want to rush. Chibi Friday is my... I mean, everything I do is fun, but it's my truly fun stream. It's just having fun. So rushing ruins it. Rushing ruins the fun. Well, I guess I'll just work from the... Oh, you can't even see because all this stuff over here. I'll work from the left of my stack of markers. And work in the same order as I colored the base colors. Ooh, yummy. What other flavors are in there with the maple syrup? I feel like maple syrup would go good with like a cake that had oats and like some sort of hearty flour, like whole wheat flour. Like something Beorn would make from The Hobbit. I have a theory about Beorn. I've always been like, Beorn is like the closest thing to a vegan character I've ever seen. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Nowhere else in Middle-earth do you see these like animals that walk on their hind legs and they're serving the people at the table the same way humans would do. And I'm like, but Beorn is a shape changer into an animal. He changes into a bear. So maybe all of his bees and his ponies and his dogs are just other shape-changing clans. And he's just like the leader clan. And so it is a completely vegan community. Because they're helping out voluntarily instead of because he protects them. Anyway, I've been thinking about that a lot. I've been thinking about writing something, like trying to analyze it and wrap my head around it, because those kind of creatures don't exist anywhere else. Strawberry icing. So strawberry jelly with strawberry icing, like buttercream style. Or just like sugar and water strawberry. I'm getting so distracted thinking about cakes and stuff. Right, the skin tone. Skin tone. I'm making us the same skin tone. I'll use that pink one for the underlying color, but I don't want to make us look like we are pink. It's just that we have a pink toned skin. We both have pink toned skin. So, let's see. Where's the color I used? Oh, because I used a red? Yeah. So we're going into the earth tones now, basically. Powdered sugar with vegan butter. Yummy. Yeah, I think that's like a buttercream. If you cream it, then that becomes buttercream. If you're hearing that knocking sound, Aoife is running in her sleep. She's dreaming about our run this morning, I guess. Her little paw is going. It's tapping against. It's actually my big paper cutter. Tap 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 tap. Okay, what color next from the next darker shade? Hard. It's hard to decide. This is why I'm not able to get this done in 2 streams. This was the base I used. Is this too dark of a jump? Like, it might be better to go here, but... Yeah, let's try this. EO2. Oh, the icing? You use it on waffles? You're having cake every day. But that's basically what, like, the classic French toast topping is butter with powdered sugar on it. That's what it is. You're making icing. You just mix it up yourself and you rub it on top of your delicious French toast. Yeah, you're really making me want some French toast now. The last French toast I made was this recipe out of the Plant-Based Athlete book, and it was so good, and it had tofu in it, so it was, it's like, it was the most successful French toast I ever made, and since it had tofu in it, it was also the most, nutritionally balanced with plenty of protein in it. And it tasted awesome, too. Super easy. It just had a really long ingredient list, but it was easy to make. So I'm thinking about, instead of just going ahead and put this on, I remembered last time that I was thinking about doing a second layer of the base color first to become the first layer of shading, and then putting this on. So I think I'm going to try that. Use flaxseed batter too. For what? For French toast? I bet that's good too. Flax seeds full of delicious nutrition. Alright, I'm looking for where are the shadows on his face. And it's so great when you have a reference image for this kind of thing, because then you can get really nice realistic shadows, naturalistic shadows, because you're just taking from the actual, from what really happened in real life. This is actually a little bit tough sometimes to really get shadows right without a reference image. I mean, you can make them so that they look believable, but if someone has a unique shaped face or something like that, you might not realize, oh, the shadow would fall like this on their face. This is actually quite nice because it's like I'm creating a blueprint for my shadows, for the darker shadows to sit on. With all the lighting in the hall for this image, all the lighting that was in the exhibition hall, there's tons of shadows coming down from his hair. Like there's not just one light source, there's multiple light sources. You can barely tell I put anything extra down once it dries. But little indications are there. Okay, my turn. Now it's tough. I just have to use my imagination here because the reference image me has my mask on. So my shading will not be as naturalistic. Which is okay. So it's just Chibi's. It's just fan art. It's meant to express... Fan art, I think, is meant to express your feelings about something more than it is about being art. It's more about the fan part than the art part. Yeah, my face is really well lit. There's not as much shadows that I can see. I'll leave it like that. Okay, now we're going to move on to this second color. Third level of shading, but the second color. Oh no, it pulled some of the ink away. Dang it, I hate it when it does that. It was so fine before, and it's not fine. I'll just clean that up in Photoshop. Yeah, this is actually quite a nice secondary shadow color. Ooh, the dogs are barking outside. Guess it's the neighbor dogs, and it's making Chappy growl. It's okay, Chappy. Don't bark and startle everyone on the stream, and don't bark and startle me too. Oh, that's pretty good. Yay. Okay. My turn again. This bottom part, just using my imagination, I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll be better to continue using my imagination rather than attempting to guess as I'm drawing and then be way more likely to do something that looks totally wrong. Better to stick with something that looks believable, even if it's not as awesomely naturalistic, than to take it too far into the other direction. Oh, I didn't do any on my hands. Oh, thank you. Yay! I'm glad you think so. About 15 minutes to go. Do I want to shade the skin completely or do everything in passes? It's probably better to do everything in passes because then you can see what it looks like with the surrounding areas also being at that level of shadedness. So it looks like the next thing would be, well, it would be the gray in our eyes and our teeth if I was going by what I colored first, but I don't think we need any more there. So the next thing after that, is our hair. So we both have graying hair, so this is going to be interesting because we have different base hair colors, original hair colors. Let's see. Looks like I did his hair first. I used warm gray 1. Definitely has, it's just like my hair. He still has some brown growing. It's not all completely silvered. The same thing with my hair. It's not brown. Still thinking more of this color group. But that is a really dark shade. Maybe if I can find something in between. Because where the silver hairs and the brown hairs mix, it creates a new looking color. It's just an optical thing, but I need a color in the middle. Maybe this dull ivory might be nice. Oh yeah, when I look at it with the warm grays, it actually looks really nice together. So let's do this one. E43. Silver hair always starts at the top. Yep. I was so happy when my hair starts. I've always had silver hairs ever since I was a kid, but when it really started going, I was like, haha, it's going gray right at the perfect place that I have Rogue hair from X-Men. It's now gone way beyond Rogue hair though, but it was very pleasing to me. That it started like right where the bangs are. So I always wanted Rogue hair ever since those live action movies. The early 2000s or whatever. But I didn't want to have to bleach my hair and then dye it in order to get that white color, so I can actually zoom in on this picture and then it would actually be easier. I just said actually a bunch. She was aged. No, she's young, but she has, I don't know what the, so I don't know what the comics what the comics explanation is or what the 90s cartoon explanation is, but in those live action movies, okay, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen those live action movies from the 2000s. It was because she was used. Yeah, she was used to distribute. So Magneto had a plan to turn all humans into mutants. And she was key to that because her power allowed him to sort of send it out to cover the whole world or whatever. And then, so that was the explanation in those movies, why her hair was like that. So she was forced to exert her power in this extreme way. And so, yeah. I have no idea we watched all of the 90s X, it's on Disney Plus. We watched all the 90s X-Men, and it didn't really explain it. And we've been watching the new series, and she's featuring very heavily in the most recent episodes. Of course, it's not any backstory, so there's no explanation there either. She just always seems to look like that, like that's her style or something. I guess it's sort of the same reason, same thing like, why is Mystique blue? It's not really explained why she's blue. I think it's the same kind of thing. Because it looked neat. Well, probably, actually. Why not? That's why everybody picks those things. Because it looks cool. You can explain why later if you want to. Especially in those older comics. They did not think about whys very much at all. They're like, wouldn't it be cool if this? Ah, yay! I'm very happy. I'm loving this texture that I'm getting. Sit that there. I'm gonna have to mark down all of these because I'm not gonna remember. Maybe I'll do it on the bottom here, but I'll do it after the stream because that's kind of boring to watch. So let's do my hair next. My hair is much lighter. I think because the original color is also lighter. And it's also warmer. So maybe for the little mixing, optical mixing color on my hair, because I used this E41. So maybe I'll just move up one to E31. It's funny, I've seen that first X-Men movie so many times that I remember like almost everything from it. I can't remember the actual plot of the second movie. All I remember is the cool, that I don't even know if it's the opening part or if it's just early in the movie, but the part with Nightcrawler bamfing all around or whatever, and then there's like that Mozart song playing. That's all I remember of that whole movie. I don't remember the plot or anything. Doing a rewatch of... I hated the third movie. Doing a rewatch of the first two movies, I would be interested in doing that sometime. I hated that third movie, though. I can't remember that much about it, but I feel like they killed literally everybody. They just killed everybody, and they're like, everybody's dead, haha. I know you did. You watched the second one the way I watched the first one. You don't even remember the other ones. It's the opposite thing. So our memories combined contain the entirety of the first two movies. Which, as far as live action X-Men goes so far, is all I've really been interested in. Admittedly, I have not watched everything. But I watched the Logan movie, and that was freaking depressing. I'll never watch that again. And then the third X-Men, as I said, yeah, I don't like these, like, depressing stuff. I want to see heroes overcoming adversity and winning the day. Then I watched the first one of the sort of, what was it? It was, like, meant to be the X-Men, but before those 2000 movies, like Magneto and Professor X are young. I think I watched the first one, but it didn't make very much impression on me. So it's not like I didn't like it, but it wasn't very meh. Maybe if I watched it again and gave it another chance, I would like it better. I forgot she even had that. I forgot she was in there. Lady Deathstrike, right? Isn't that her name? Because that was the first X-Men thing I ever saw and made me like Wolverine, was the episode with her and him and their backstory. And also she was very freaky looking, so it really freaked me out seeing this long, huge long nails coming out. Oh, okay. I don't remember that being in the live action at all. Yeah, I need to rewatch that. Okay. Only 4 minutes left. Well, I think I can get our little jeans done. That's the next color here in my... Oh, you can't see them because they're covered by the reference in my little line of colors. Oh, they don't even say her name. Oh, so They did the same thing to her. I'm pretty sure her name is Lady Deathstrike. I can look it up real quick. Hold on. Lady Deathstrike. Yep. Yep. There she is. She freaked me out. Oh yeah, here's the one. This is what more like what she looked like in the cartoon, 90s cartoon. Freaking freaky. It made a huge impression. Okay. Anyway. So they did the same thing to her as they did to Deadpool. Where he was like... Wasn't he in like the third... I think he was in that third X-Men movie that I hated. But he like literally didn't talk at all. And I was like, what kind of Deadpool is this? And I didn't even know anything about Deadpool, but everybody was complaining about it online, so I quickly learned. Alright, the color I use is a B23, which is this. Let me zoom out and see what the pants actually look like. And they're quite vibrant. So yeah, I'm just going to move over to the side here, the next color over, B24. This might be the last I can do, actually. There's only less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes left. So shadow cast by the hoodie, cast by the other leg onto the little bit farther back leg. Shadows in the wrinkles. And then the way this leg is tilted, it's mostly in shadow. Add a few more indications of wrinkles with the color. Oh hey, that took less than a minute, so maybe we can do this. What color did I use? B34. The heck, where is it? Oh, it's on this next page. Oh, let's do it. Let's do the next one over, B37. And that'll be the last of this stream. It's kind of got the same thing going on. This leg in the middle is leaning back more, so it's more in shadow overall. Just a little bit at the bottom, catching some light. No barking, puppies. The dogs outside are... The neighbor dogs outside are barking again. The puppies jumped a little bit. Alright, let's call that good. Dang puppies outside are always fighting. Okay, we'll call this good for today. I'm gonna hold it up. Yay! I'll hold it up a little closer. So we finished the ink, especially adding little details, hatching and stuff, and got all the base colors down and got a nice amount of progress on shading. Oh, those dogs are fighting so much. Sorry about that. Alright, so I will finish this next week, which is great because next week is my last week of streaming before I take a recharge week, my monthly recharge week. Now there are people out. Now there are humans out there screaming, trying to get the fighting stuff. Oh, it looks like it worked. Except some little tiny dog. Oh, sorry about that. I like my stream to be peaceful. Can't control everything. Alright, I'm looking for someone to raid. Oh look, Margot Simone art. Let's raid her. Alright, I gotta go over to my PC because my new wireless keyboard and stuff is not here yet. It's gonna be here tomorrow. So, and I have to... My room is still a mess, so I had a big pile of stuff in my chair. So I have to move that. And move my monitor. moving browser over to my big screen and another instance of Twitch open so that I can make sure the raid works. Raid, Margot. No, her name isn't Simone, it's Simone. I always want to call it Simone, but Simone. Simone, I asked. Margot Simone Arts. Boom. Okay, the raid has started. Yay! Countdown's going. So I'll be back next week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as usual. So I hope that you can join me at that time. But the raid is ready to go, so let's go! Yay! It worked. So for anybody who is still on my stream right now, or on my channel right now, or is watching the recording of this later, that's it for me today. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for watching!